Maybe.
I would go by what Jaquez has said before verbally, and it also does apply with the rules because he is an official and he did say it, so he can amend the rules.
Yeah, what we're referring here to the lobby chat, just teams being ready to start the game. And Laptop Panda has said DPA is ready.
So we will now, we have a countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and do a breakdown. We have Creator Ninja in Coffee Shop, but he is not in the game watching it with us. But we do have with us Abra.
Hello, everyone.
Helveticano.
Oy vey, hello, ¿cómo estás?
And for Nexus.
Hey guys, I just got back from the bathroom. Hi. I rushed.
We all wanted to know that, Porn.
Thank you for that brilliant commentary, for Nexus. We all are totally on board with you now. Certainly after 2.5 hours of streaming, it's not unreasonable to need to take a break. And so we have, in any case, Shawpig coming out in the mid, 4-3 Colossus. Luigi going side lane Dread with charges. QQQ going Plague. Silver going Imp as a Raven. Eddie going range missiles as a BC. And War Alistair as the side lane carrier. What do we have from the top?
Top lane, Nox, Destroyer with Mines, Laptop Panda, Colossus with 4-3, Alpha with range on missiles on a BC, Lucky Devil on an Overlord, Ghost
got
on a Raven
imped.
with the MP, yep. Lucky Devil just lost his Plague and Alpha lost a little bit of shields there. And Singularity down with Mines on the bottom lane up against the Carrier. It's interesting that they are running again their 3-tank comp. I think they reverted back to that with Alpha on the BC in this case, and Ghost is playing the Raven.
So in terms of the mid, it's Bork versus Bork. We have D versus D on the side, and really the only difference is D versus C on the other side lane. Will Carrier be greater than Dreadnought in this final match, presumably, of the best of 3 between Eclipsis and Deadpool Alliance?
And I like it that both teams are playing very safe here with the very varied composition and very like each one ship each kind. Something that we've come to expect from ECL. Something that perhaps maybe not DPA because they do have that double Destro, but otherwise they are both. None of them are putting all their eggs in one basket. Luigi is losing the side lane up on top against Mines, and he has Mines of his own.
Absolutely, yeah, and I've played Dreadnought in the side lane against Luigi. I know that it's always a challenge to win Mines versus Mines, especially if one Raven cuts in to get the Imp off or not. And you can see the Imps are actually, but now actually War Alistair has come over to take this position instead to hold the side lane and keep farm up while the rest of the team goes back to get some early upgrades at the 3-minute mark. This is a small advantage in the early game for DPA.
DPA has won the first push. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they have. It's interesting there that both teams fell back to the BORK, the Bork, or BORS, however you would call it. This standard middle composition has been the most common middle composition throughout the tournament, and also the most successful.
That's a great statistic, actually. I did not know that. The long game, I feel, will favor the Carrier.
Absolutely.
And so this is going to be interesting because it doesn't look like there's an actual kill mech other than the 2 destroyers on the side lanes, and that's may not be enough to actually be able to sneak that kill. It will be a back and forth until the Carrier has a lot of ints, and the Carrier may melt everything at the end of the day. And it's also interesting to note that although War Alistair is playing this Carrier as well, he has gone ints, he opened ints, he's going for the long int game rather than the barrage open.
Certainly if you're going to be a side lane carrier, really it's only if you need the carrier in the mid at the beginning of the game that you would go barrage. I think just about every side lane carrier really has to go interceptors.
Right now, both teams are, there's a back and forth, EMPs being thrown out, and plagues, the plague mist from Lucky Devil. There's no additional upgrades. There's 425 energy on Ghost, the Raven. The opposing Raven, Silver, who hasn't yet upgraded, has only 325 with his EMP. And so they took Laptop Panda and they put him on the side lane against the carrier, hoping that he's going to get some lances in. However, he hasn't upgraded lances yet.
Maybe also to give him an opportunity to get a farm advantage that he can bring back to the middle and perhaps be a little more dominant than Chape.
What the upgrades so far, the one that most strikes me is 4 lasers on Nox as Dreadnought. I mean, he's going in right now, clearing up the siege creep, but that's not usually what you'd expect to see on Dreadnought at the 6-minute mark.
No, I think this was a reaction to the carrier and the interceptors.
It may very well be.
So we have system upgrade on Silver for the Raven, and War Alistair has picked up both Plasma Surge and Warping with 350 energy on level 8 interceptors.
QQQ on the side lane has taken the side lane just for a little while there, launched his Mutalisks, and that wasn't able to take out the siege creep before even War Alistair came back. Now War Alistair has 10 ints and he is ready to launch at something, but he is just comfortable farming with them if the other team is voluntarily retreating. One thing to observe here is the very good line, very good distribution. There's a warp trick being set up by Laptop Panda. Maybe this is their kill mech. This is how they're expecting to win this, is by setting up a warp trick with their 3 tanks.
Interesting that he's chosen to go along the bottom side where Eclipsis is playing Luigi in a Dreadnought rather than the top side to try to get the carrier.
Oh, and there's the scan and they are seeing it. So it's quite interesting that they even got as far as they did before the scan was thrown down.
So even though they know it's coming, he could still possibly get just on the edge of this Dreadnought, but it seems like there's no way he's going to get a kill here.
No one was warping though. It's just only now that they started warping. The warp came in so late. I almost would have wished to see them come out straight at that point.
Yeah, now they're going to end up...
has stayed out to farm. He's still very much exposed. I think if DPA cuts straight across, they don't even know he's there, actually. They would be able maybe to do some damage to him, but definitely not to kill him at this point.
And here's the thermal lance. Started taking out the ints.
Ghost does have radar.
Where Alistair made a fresh batch, cooked right out of the oven, and it's almost gone. Oh, big plague. Plagues went on both sides. Only one plague hit 3 DPA ships, while the other plague hit only 1 ECL ship. And
Definitely
again,
a big difference in Colossus play. Shotpig staying in the mid with Hardened Shield, while Laptop is in the side, siphoned at the moment, but with Turbo Planes.
and ECL is taking a while to upgrade. They do go in. It seems almost like they go in to take turns, almost to protect their towers, even though I don't think that their towers are under any real threat. But it looks like they're having a hard time really pushing.
Yep, and just over 10 minutes into the game, ECL is down about 300 score.
Still with the stronger later game comp, right? I mean, unless it would take more than 300 to make a massive game difference, right? If they can keep it within 300, I think they can stay in the game to the late game. The risk, of course, is just, do they let the farm lead expand? Do they let the 300 farm lead become a 400 or a 500 farm lead? At which point they really are in trouble.
I think as the carrier advances in ints and he keeps swapping side to side, I think we're going to see more and more counters. We're going to see contaminate, we're going to see pods probably at one point. and we're only going to see more and more lands from there.
Although at the moment,
And
Alpha
lasers,
can't
more
even afford
lasers.
lockdown. I mean, how do you build your BC at this moment? It's a really big question for Alpha.
Lasers.
I mean, with 250 minerals, 275 energy, do you grab lockdown, or what do you spend it on?
He is a bit underfarmed.
Well, everybody who wants to spend it on lasers, put your hands up.
Oh,
I
he
would
did
only
pick
put
up
half
pods. He picked
managed
up
to get
pods and 2 lasers.
At least he got 2 lasers. That's good.
Well, 2 is better than none. But pods is certainly the choice here. I think they're trying to really shut down the carrier as soon as possible.
But that means no
And,
lockdown for the Dreadnought, which can become a threat as well. I mean, it's interesting that Luigi does not have hull at the 13-minute mark. He got protective field bots and, you know, the charges all before he got hull.
War Alistair has gone back, warped back early, came back with 15 ints, and is going on the side with the 2 Destros who can't effectively counter the ints very well. So good choice on his end. He looked exactly where they are, who's on which side, and he went on the side that didn't really have a counter.
And absolutely, and I can't believe I didn't notice this earlier, but Singularity does actually have siege mode. It seems like there's the emphasis that, you know, let's get a tower early here. Of course, he can't cast it quite yet with the interceptors on him as they are right now. And sometimes you wonder if you get that early siege against a carrier, are you going to be able to really cast it when you want? He is going very low here. You wonder, he's threatening and thinking about the siege mode, but he just can't get it on.
And the new fresh batch of ints is coming out, clearing out. They are trying to deny. Oh, there's the siege.
He's sieging.
Already. This is really early.
And ECL is pushing into
And
it.
he's targeting Luigi. Why would you target Luigi? There's no risk of nuke at this stage, presumably. He does turn. What is he doing? Oh, he's unsieging. Okay. Interesting play from Singularity. Shopik is actually rather low in shields right now. It's going to be hard to push out, but Singularity is down to 3,400. Can't imagine he has protective or emergency shields at this stage.
He will be dematted here soon by Ghost, as soon as he gets... The ints are on Alpha, but I think Alpha is okay. And
Oh, War Alistair has Gats on him. 3,400.
Oh,
100. Eddie dies.
And
War Alistair dies. Shawpig
Shawpig
is at 1,500. Silver is at 500. It seems as though this may very well be the... Oh, no, let's not speak too early. Lucky Devil is at 2,000. He has Gats on him from Luigi. 1,000 on Lucky. Luigi turns back. Luigi goes down. And I don't want to speak too early here, but it seems as though this may very well be DPA going into the finals.
This is a 20-minute game, and it's very important to note that DPA knew exactly how to counter the carrier. They knew that they couldn't take it to the long game. They put that siege up and, you know, forced the play out of ECL, and ECL overcommitted here. You know, they may have overcommitted at their own towers, in fact.
An incredible play from DPA.
Such a turn of events, such a crazy turn of events, you know, from the first game where we saw ECL finish the game in 12 minutes. Now we're watching the complete opposite.
Yeah, Eclipse has really pushed into that siege with a lot of confidence. I think they thought they were stronger than they actually were at that point in the game. And they ended up taking a lot of damage from a lance and a couple of charges.
The question you have to wonder is, how, you know, is there any way to get back in this game? They know there's already the siege, but how do you even break siege at this point? Silver does not even have enough for Blackout. He even on this big out where they've gone to the enemy base, he doesn't only have 70 minerals. He's not going to be able to get Blackout for a long time. Shopig, no invulnerability. He can cast Heart and Shield. He can get on the Dread, but he can't hold it. And what do they do?
They're looking to siege up again, actually. Singularity is looking to go and siege up on the bottom tower. Even though they've already eliminated the threat, they're not even interested in extending the length of this game at all. Here's the siege come down, and they go back to what they do best. We have Ghost protecting him, shielding him, dematting him. There's not going to be anything that they can do against the siege.
No way.
This was quite a clever move by DPA. I'm not even, I haven't even scratched the glass of Jack Daniels that I picked up, and the game seems to be already over. I mean, I don't want to call it because I don't think that there's any point.
No one feels very comfortable calling anything after the games yesterday, but certainly this is a very dire situation for ECL.
ECL's bottom tower has fallen. Singularity unsieges, and he's moving now towards the top tower.
Doesn't have any energy at the moment, but...
And I think they're trying to keep him that way. There's another Siphon, even though he only had 20 energy. There's a Plague that ended up on 2.
And... No one has really any minerals from ECL. They don't have the ability to get any big surprise for DPA at this point. They can't break out, can't get any farm. You have to imagine this is just a very frustrating way to end the semifinals bracket, especially after the seeming technicality of the ending of the last game.
And there's the siege from Singularity. He gathered enough energy. He went, he saw, he conquered. And they are now burning the village to the ground.
Indeed, and we do have just tons of farm from all of DPA. Cute Lucky Devil sitting on 1,000, Nox 600, Alpha 500, Ghost 400, Singularity 700, and Laptop Panda 1,000.
The siege is only level 10 on the Gats. They're going to try to make a stand here. They have nothing to lose. I mean, if they lose this game, they're eliminated anyway, so they will not GG until the last ship dies.
Well, they're eliminated front. They can no longer take first or second. The loser of this match goes on to the alternative bracket for the third and fourth place matchup against Red Alert.
And this is a game we probably would have seen way too often between ECL and Red Alert. Generally we see it for first and second as opposed to third and fourth, but
has to be frustrating for both of these teams. Red Alert had very strong early games in the last tournament, and then were picked off and forced into the third and fourth place bracket last tournament, and seems to they had some very contentious, very close matches against Aces High yesterday against you, Avra.
And if you haven't seen them, you should watch them, because I've rewatched it, and seeing it from a third-party perspective, it definitely brings a new insight than being in the game itself in the heated moment.
I mean, they were some beautiful games to watch.
Thank you. I take 1/12 credit for that.
Even on this back, Shopeg still doesn't have enough for invulnerability. Silver far, far away from Blackout and QQQ. No chance of, I mean, I don't know what he would get. I don't know that Psionic Shockwave would even really help here.
I think the Blackout would slow down.
Blackout and Vulnerability would be the two main ways to get back in the game, but they just can't get there. It's not going to last long enough. They just lost too much in that big series of plays.
That engagement was so
unexpected. And they might even lose Silver
Lucky
here.
Devil will kill.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I think Silver is going down here. It
He
seems
does
unlikely.
not give up.
Silver goes down. There's not going to be any blackouts this game. They might pick off Lucky Devil. There might be a total commitment here just to get that last kill.
Oh,
Lucky Devil does go down, but they're going to lose Shawpig out of it, and this is going to be the end of the game right here.
Pig is down.
Shawpig is down.
Just shot his Blackout, and GG
There is the
called.
GG. The
But
Overlord
I'm not
doesn't...
sure
QQQ goes down. So,
I'm not sure that Shapig is allowed to call GG in this case, but we'll allow it, in knowing that there's no other outcome.
Yes, indeed. Well, this was the third match between Eclipsis and DPA, and DPA takes it with the timeout win on Game 2 and the definitive win in Game 3. Thank you to my co-casters, Abra.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Crazy, for having us, and these were some great matches.
Absolutely. Havadakano.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us and watching these great games. See you in the finals.
Absolutely. And poor Nexus.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
See you soon, everyone. And thank you for watching. If you get a chance, do subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow on Twitch. And I will see you for the finals match.